Hello, it's me again. Well, this is take two, because the first one didn't record, I guess. I'm going to tell you about the last few days. On Friday, I think it was Friday, pain started getting pretty severe. I tried heating pads, I tried showering, I tried laying in different positions, sitting in different positions. Nothing was helping. So Wednesday morning, which was yesterday, today is the 12th, so the 11th, I went to my doctor and asked if she could make any suggestions, anything. I was desperate. She said that she couldn't do anything. She suggested I go to the emergency room for pain management to get it under control, and to make sure I wasn't getting pancreatitis again, because where the pain was, as usual, it's on the upper right side, just underneath the rib cage. So I came home. I didn't want to leave my car at the walk-in, and at the primary office. That's also a / walk-in. And so I called some people in my family, a couple friends. No one was able to take me to the emergency room, so I had to call for an ambulance. I met the EMTs outside, and the one lady had been here before. I think it was in August or September. She asked what was going on. I told her, and immediately she copped an attitude. She was like, "Oh, still you're having these pains?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Why couldn't you drive yourself if you went to the doctor?" And I said, "Well, every time I've gone to the ER for whether it be migraine or any other type of pain, they ask, how did you get here? And based on how you got there determines what kind of pain medication they gave you. And considering I take leftover pain medication from when I had my surgery in August, and it wasn't touching the pain, I knew I needed something stronger than that, and I wanted to be able to get it." She said, "Oh, well, usually if you drive yourself, they'll let you stay until it wears off, and then you can drive yourself home." And I said, "Well, that's news to me." And she said it again, and I said, "Oh, my bad. Next time I won't call you for help. I'll drive myself." Then once in the ambulance, she asked what my pain level was. I said an 8 or a 9. And she said, "Well, you don't look like your level is an 8 or a 9. You look pretty comfortable to me." And I probably should have said something then, but I bit my tongue. I didn't want to make a scene. I just wanted to get to the hospital, get the pain medication, to get my pain under control. She had a trainee with her. But really, my question really, to everybody out there who may or may not have, deal with situations similar to mine, who's to say what you're supposed to look like when you're in pain? Everybody's different. Now, I know other people who can't handle pain, and the littlest pain, they're doubled over, they're screaming, they're hollering, they can't handle pain at all. Now, my son and I, we have pretty high tolerance for pain, and you wouldn't know we're in pain. Like, for instance, my son had his appendix out, and, he's like, "Oh, I'm in pain, Mom," I'm thinking he was constipated or something, but lo and behold, it was his appendix. Me, I've been dealing with pain since I was 14. I was diagnosed with endometriosis at the age of 14. So I'm used to pain. Then when I was in labor with my son for 3 days, and I didn't get anything for pain. I wouldn't dilate past 3. And the reason they wouldn't give me anything for pain was because they were afraid it would slow my progress even more. And then I didn't get anything, and then when I did get something for pain, it was a half hour before the emergency C-section. And I mean, I made very much of a scene then. So who's to say how you're supposed to react when you're in pain? Like, how dare she say that to me? And then once I get to the ER, I'm told that I had to go to the waiting room and wait to be triaged by the nurse. So I'm in the waiting room and I'm seeing all these people coming in and out of triage. And finally the triage nurse comes out to me with a little cup to pee in. And she says, I got the gist of what's going on with you from the EMT. Mind you, this is the EMT that said all this stuff to me on the way to the hospital. I'm like, great. The EMT doesn't think I really need to be here. She doesn't think my level of pain is that serious. The EMT was like, oh, you've had CTs, x-rays, ultrasounds. They're not finding anything wrong with you. I had also heard her, say something behind my back quietly to the other EMT, which I'm assuming, which I know sometimes when you assume you make an ass of yourself, but I'm assuming they were like, yeah, she's drug seeking. But, so I'm like, I'm being labeled, in my opinion, they're labeling me as a drug seeker. I'm not a drug seeker. I have a pill bottle here from a surgery that I had August 26th, and I filled the pill bottle August 26th, 2015, and I was given 20 pills. I have 4 left. I don't take pain medication. I was supposed to take 1 to 2 tablets every 4 hours as needed. Maximum dose daily is 6 tablets. So come on, I'm not drug seeking. Get a clue. That just really pissed me off. So then they did blood work and they did a CT. I'm waiting for the results. Mind you, they did give me pain medication, which I'm grateful for. But while I'm there, it only lasted about a half hour. I'm starting to get uncomfortable. I'm hemming and hawing. Do I call and ask for something more for pain? But I know there's, you can only get something every so often. And I didn't want to seem like a drug seeker. You know what I mean? Because I feel I'm already being labeled that. But I was really uncomfortable again. Then the nurse comes running in. She's like, you ready to be discharged? And I'm like, well, first of all, I don't even know the results of my blood work. I don't know the results of the CT. She chuckles and says, oh, well, I must have beat the doctor in for a change. And I'm like, well, obviously, because I don't know what's going on. She leaves, and about 2-3 minutes later, they both come back in. And the doctor's like, well, everything came back normal. We don't know what's wrong with you. We suggest you follow up with so-and-so through another GI. Mind you, it would be the 4th GI that I've seen in a year and a half. He's like, you need to have some kind of either a colonoscopy or an endoscopy. And I told him I'm planning on having a procedure done on the 18th with another GI. I said the only reason why I came is because my primary suggested I come here to get pain control. He's like, well, I don't see anything wrong with you. Go home and take Tylenol. I'm like, thanks, buddy. I don't know what to do. Then, before I even went to the ER, I had asked the person who's been my number one supporter to come with me. And his response is, well, I'm not going because it's the same old issues that you've been having, and they're not going to find anything wrong with you, and they're not going to do anything for you. Well, I understand that. Don't you think the whole reason I hadn't gone on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday was because I knew they weren't going to find anything wrong with me. I knew I was going to be treated like crap. And I knew I was only going to get temporary relief while I was in the hospital, and I wasn't going to be discharged with pain medications. I knew all of that. But what I was looking for from him was him to still be supportive, because he's been supportive all along. But I wanted someone to go with me to the hospital. I wanted someone to still hold my hand, and I wanted someone to still be there with me. I get that it's tiring because I'm going through it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the pain. I'm tired of the nausea. I'm tired of being treated like a drug seeker. I'm tired of being treated, like crap because I can't drive myself because, the pain medications are going to make me tired and loopy and all of that. I'm tired of it all too. How do you think I feel going through it? I get it's taxing on the family members. I get it's taxing on those who are supportive. Doesn't mean because you're tired of it, I'm not. I was just asking for someone to continue to be supportive. So now that person's not in my life anymore, and I have zero support. Now it's just me and my teenage son. I'm just I'm fed up. I'm fed up with being treated like a drug seeker. I'm fed up with people saying everything's fine with you via tests and procedures are coming back normal, so we can't figure you out. It's all in your head. Like, guess what, people? It's not all in my head. It's not. You know, I can feel the pain. I feel the nausea. I'm losing the weight. Something is wrong with me, damn it. So figure it out. Like, come on. Like, I don't want to take the pain medication. That's why I still have so much left over after the surgery. So, like, figure it out. Come on. Do your job. If you can't do it, refer me to a professional who can. You know, somebody out there's got to know what's wrong with me. Tell me where to go so I can go to them. You know, I started a GoFundMe page asking people to help me raise money so I can go doctor's appointments out of the area and not, I think I've had like 9 people share it, 13 people share it. One person donated. One person. I have over 200 friends on my Facebook page. One person donated. You know, you don't want to hear me complaining about me not feeling well, right? So help me raise the money to go to the doctor's appointments to people who can help me. If I can't get to the doctor in Philadelphia, then help me raise the money to be able to go to Albany, to the other one. Or help me raise the money to go to Syracuse. Or help me raise the money to go to Rochester. You know what I mean? Like, help. You don't want to hear me complaining about not feeling well? Then help me get to the doctors to make me feel better. Because I'm sick of complaining. I'm sick of not feeling better. I'm sick of being sick. And I'm sick of the people in my life not caring enough to help me feel better. You know, I don't call to say that I don't feel good asking you for advice. I don't call to say I don't feel good asking you to help me. I called it to vent. Because I don't know what else to do. I'm tired of complaining to people who don't care.